sellout crowd at Texas Stadium on a gorgeous September afternoon for the Cowboys hosting the New York Giants. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Vern Lundquist along with Dan Fouts. The Cowboys and Giants come in with identical 2-2 marks. Difference in the two teams, though, as in New York, a lot of commotion about the lack of offense, Dan. Some have suggested this is a critical game for Jeff Hostetler. Do you agree?
Well, I do, because the Giants can't afford to fall behind Washington or Philadelphia, and really the pressure is on Hostetler. He's had a tough week. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Phil Simms maybe in the second half, but Hostetler, the heat is really on.
For the Cowboys, 2-2, no surprise here that a lot of changes have been made since Jerry Johnson took over. Jimmy Johnson, 33 trades. Well, this year, he has revamped his offense.
He brought in Norv Turner from the Los Angeles Rams as his offensive coordinator, and Giant fans know how successful the Rams have been with their scheme of things on offense. Just 3 weeks ago, the Rams beat the Giants.
Matt Barr will kick off as the Cowboys won the toss. James Dixon, who is second in the NFL in returns, is back, one of two men. And this will be Dixon 2 yards back, and he'll down it, touchback. Troy Aikman comes on, having a decent year. Modest statistics last week, but his coaching staff liked what he did in the win over Phoenix. Up front, Tuanay, Gogan, Stepnoski, Giesick, Newton. The tight end is Jay Novacek. And in the backfield, Emmitt Smith leading the league in rushing, 450 yards, joined by Johnston. And on the outside, Michael Irvin and Alexander Wright. From the 20, 1st and 10. Dallas has lost its last 6 games to the New York Giants. They last won here in November of 1987. Toss to Emmitt Smith. They go right at Lawrence Taylor. And Smith is out across the 25, near the 27. The tackle made by Myron Guyton, number 29. Defensively for the Giants, and here's where the problems are. Eric Howard and Eric Dorsey both on injury reserve. Lorenzo Freeman starts at nose tackle. Fox and Marshall on either side. Banks, Reasons, Johnson, and Taylor, an outstanding quartet of linebackers. Collins, Williams, Guyton, and Everson Walls moves to strong safety today. Perry Williams gets the start because Greg Jackson is inactive with an injury. So a revamped secondary. That's a first down, Emmitt Smith, and he breaks the tackle before Guyton gets him up around the shoulders. 13 yards and 2 carries for Emmitt Smith. And last year in 2 games, he gained only 38 yards in 2 games.
Well, and he's averaging 5.7 yards per rush, Vern. And this is what the Cowboys like to do. They've added some beef to their offensive line. And with Emmitt Smith's ability to find the holes and then cut back, they like their chances of running the ball against anybody, including this New York Giant football team.
1st and 10 from the 34. Flag before the snap. That'll be a procedure call. Pat Haggerty is our referee today.
Illegal procedure. False start. Number 66.
Or somebody. That's Mark Tuanay. It was called on Nate Newton. I beg your pardon, on Kevin Gogan, number 66.
Well, Gogan's part of that beef we talked about. At 315 pounds. He moves from right tackle to that left guard position. 6'7", very tall guard. He does have some limitations, but what the Cowboys like is he blots out a lot of the sun.
He has moved into left guard after starting at right tackle for a number of years. Left guard, a weak spot for this team last year. That's Novacek in motion and Aikman to throw. Deep. Robert Awald, who was just activated off the injured reserve. So a double tight end set, and Awald gets the grab.
Well, we talked about Norv Turner's offense. Watch Novacek come down and then across the middle, and then Awald will get in behind him. Novacek will take Reasons. He bites on the fake in the middle there. Perfect pass by Aikman as he laid it softly into his tight end, Awald.
Awald playing with a splint on an injured thumb, actually a broken thumb. Last year, 13 receptions. He and Novacek both came over from Phoenix via Plan B a year ago. Draw play, Emmitt Smith. About 3 yards across midfield into the Giant end of the field at the 48-yard line.
And it looks like a draw play, but really what it is just an I formation pick-a-hole thing for Emmitt Smith. He's in the tailback slot about 7-8 yards deep, and with his vision and his strength being a cutback runner, it's important that he gets the ball deep in the backfield, and then he can pick a hole.
Giants now on second down will go with 5 linebackers, a defensive switch. 2 down linemen. And Lawrence Taylor lines up on the left. He's coming. He is the hot receiver, and he got by Nate Newton just enough to harass Troy Aikman, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, what LT did is he got his hands up and deflected this ball. But the big pressure right now as he gets around number 61, Nate Newton here. LT has the quickest start for any linebacker. He's got a lot of the best things for any linebacker that ever played. There he gets his left hand on the ball, and that prevents the completion to Emmitt Smith.
Now they go with the nickel package, actually the dime. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Well, they went with 5 linebackers there because they only have about 3 or 4 healthy defensive linemen.
As we said, Dorsey and Howard both on injury reserve. 3rd and 7. There's a play action fake. Down the right sideline. Alexander Wright. First down. And that will cause an eruption of joy at Texas Stadium, because Wright has been a man of immense promise, but not much delivery this year.
Well, the key to this play, Vern, is right here. Number 36 is Adrian White. He'll watch too much in the backfield, and he'll allow Wright to get down the sideline. There you see Wright just start to level off. And by this time, it's too late. And again, Aikman is right on the money.
They go at Collins as well. Alexander Wright, his 4th reception of the year, and the topic of a lot of controversy here in Dallas. Jimmy Johnson got angry with the media on Tuesday and had a 3-minute one-way conversation with them about Alexander Wright. That pass for Novacek incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
One of the things the Cowboys have not been able to do is get the ball to their wide receivers, Vern. Aikman is coming into the game only averaging about 6 yards per attempt, and for a quarterback you like to see that number up around 7.5 yards per attempt. Not completion, but per attempt.
2nd down and 10. They actually can get the first down without the touchdown. 6 touchdowns and 2 field goals inside the so-called red zone this year. 2nd and 10. Novacek in motion. Emmitt Smith tries to get it to the outside and can't. It'll be 3rd and 9.
One of the guys we're going to be, man, this is Lorenzo Freeman here working right in the middle here, and how does he do in controlling the center, looking for the cutback run? That time he grades out with an A+.
Again, the Giants come with 5 linebackers, and the Cowboys counter with 2 tight ends. Alfredo Roberts and Novacek line up tight to the right. This is the 9th play of this drive. Aikman back, good protection. Finds Michael Irvin. Irvin slips a tackle, dances left, fumbles the ball. Giants have it. Everson Walls, the former Cowboy.
Well, this is a crossing pattern to Michael Irvin, and you really can't fault him for just hustling and trying to get in that end zone. But at some point, he's got to realize that all of a sudden he is surrounded by blue jerseys. He's got to tuck the ball away. It was punched out by a linebacker, and a nice homecoming for Everson Walls.
He had 10 of his Giant folks over to his house for dinner last night.
Dodge announces the new Magnum Series engines. Engines that deliver as much as 44% more power. Here's a simple promise. Overall, today's Dodge trucks, gas and diesel, can deliver more payload, towing, and horsepower than Ford, Chevy, or any import. Dodge trucks, a powerful way to rediscover American value. Now get a warranty choice no other manufacturer offers.
Craft Caravan Incorporated. Are you having trouble getting an international operator? All Nations Forwarding. Are you having more trouble getting overseas faxes through on the first try? We want you back. AT&T Pro Watts. Competitive prices on international calls. Plus our new Favorite Nation 10% discount. Switch now and get 1 month of long distance free. We want you back. Call 1-800-222-0900.
I know it was our imaginations, but it felt like people looked at us like we had come from Mars instead of just moving from out of state. Oh, for a friendly face. Thank goodness we bank at First Interstate.
And thank goodness for Bill Franklin. He not only had all our First Interstate accounts from home waiting for us.
He also gave us the warm welcome we needed.
Now that's extra mile service.
If you want extra mile service, come to First Interstate Bank. We go the extra mile for you, guaranteed.
Giant defense forces the turnover. The fumble recovery. It comes at the 5-yard line. 10:25 to go in a scoreless first quarter. Mark Tuanay was injured on that last play. Did walk off by himself. Jeff Hostetler opens at quarterback. Up the middle it goes for a couple of yards. Jim Jeffcoat with the tackle. Maurice Carthon with the carry. Jeff Hostetler is the starter. Offensively up front, Elliott, Roberts, Oates, Moore, Riesenberg. The tight end is Howard Cross. And in the backfield, Rodney Hampton and Carthon. The wide receivers, Mark Ingram and Stephen Baker.
The Giants are going to go with 3 running backs in the game now. Bunch is in, along with Hampton and Tillman. Or Carthon, rather. So they got 3 running backs, but Bunch is really the move tight end here, number 33.
Bunch comes to the left, now starts in motion. Hampton spilled as he gets near the 8-yard line. Defensively for the Cowboys, Tony Talbert, Tony Casillas acquired in a trade, joined Jimmy Jones and Jim Jeffcoat up front. The linebackers, Norton, Jack Del Rio, and Vincent Smith. And the secondary, which is not the strongest part of this ball club, Isaac Holt, who's given up big plays in each of the last 3 games. A rookie 12th round draft choice, Larry Brown, Horton, and Washington. Handoff up the middle, short of the ball, close for the first down. Out near the 15.
Real good power there after the hit. Hampton bowled forward and picked it up. But it's very important for the Giants to go deep early and go deep against number 30, Isaac Holt. He has had all kinds of problems, been burned 3 times in the first 3 games. And last week against the Cardinals, all he did was give up about 8 receptions in front of him for about 100 yards. So his confidence is really on edge.
Remember the big trade with the Minnesota Vikings for Herschel Walker? Isaac Holt is the only player who came to Dallas in that trade who is still here. And it's paying continued big dividends for the Cowboys. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we get on throughout the afternoon. Giants have taken it away 6 times this year, but out of those takeaways, 3 points. They do have a first down here. Ingram in motion, Hostetler back, pressure coming from Jeffcoat. Screen pass to Hampton. He's got Bart Oates in front. And another Giant first down out near the 29.
The key to any good screen pass is the blocks of these 3 guys right here. These offensive linemen, they'll get out and they'll just lead Hampton up the sideline. Watch the left guard, the center, and now the right guard. You got them all there, Roberts, Oates, and Moore. And you can't ask for a better execution of a screen pass than that.
7:35 to go first quarter. Scoreless thus far. Cowboys had a threat. Fumbled at the 4. Lewis Tillman's in the lineup. And Jimmy Jones is up on top to make the tackle of Tillman. Jones, one of the Miami connection. He played for Jimmy Johnson at the University of Miami.
They got a lot of JJs down here, don't they? They got an owner, Jimmy Jones, or Jerry Jones. It's so hard to figure them all out.
I know.
Jim Jeffcoat on the deal there. You got Jimmy Jones. This guy's name's Jimmy Johnson. All the towels in the locker rooms have J's on them.
Which is why they refer to the owner and the coaches the Jaybirds, I guess. Second down. Play fake, Hostetler. Looks right, comes left, man wide open. Ingram in front of Larry Brown, the rookie. And that's another New York first down. And he went a little deeper that time.
Well, it's excellent play action. The Giants, of course, are an excellent running team. There's the fake to the back. Look at the pass protection, though. The Cowboys have not put any pressure on the quarterback to speak of yet this year, and a nice job of Ingram getting those toes down before he went out of bounds.
Dave Meggett checks in now with Lewis Tillman. Hostetler last week, very modest yardage, which fueled the fire of the New York controversy. Inside handoff to Meggett. Across the 50 to the Cowboy 48-yard line. Jim Jeffcoat made the tackle.
And in talking to Hostetler before the ball game, he did not talk to us yesterday, which is the normal thing for a quarterback to do when the media comes in. And we requested to talk to Jeff. He did not want to do it. He wanted to concentrate on his assignments. He wanted to put the media behind him. And when he was out on the field earlier in the game, he was happy that and relieved that he could play a football game, which is what he gets paid for.
Meggett lines up as a wide receiver. Gets by James Washington. Inside the 30 where Ray Horton makes the tackle.
Well, what Handley wants to do with Meggett is to use him more in the offense, both as a running back, as we saw in the previous play, and also split out wide. The guy has outstanding ability to make the first guy miss. Here comes James Washington, a strong safety. He's no contest for Meggett in the open field.
Giants have moved from their own 4-yard line. David Meggett said yesterday he thought the only guy in the league who did as many things as he did was Eric Metcalf of Cleveland. That's because Bill Belichick is trying to put him in the Meggett mold. He's not doing them as well right now. Great block, Hostetler. Ingram at the 10-yard line. Boy, Jumbo Elliott got a huge block. Not that Hostetler would not have had the time, but that gave him a little more freedom.
Well, let's check out this block here, but also check out Ingram as he comes down and across and kind of settles in the open area. Jumbo Elliott is a big guy, but he shows a lot of finesse on this play. And there in the secondary is Ingram just settling down in that dead spot. Big first down for the Giants.
Last week, Hostetler threw for 65 yards. On this drive, he has thrown for 67. Tillman up the middle. Fumble! Larry Brown recovers at the 1. It is tit for tat. He is a rookie 12th round draft choice whose hero, ironically enough, was Everson Walls, who recovered a fumble at the other end. He requested number 24 because of that.
You bet. And not only is it tit for tat, it's fee, fi, fo, fumble right there. Vincent Smith puts his hat on the ball, and we got a Cowboy turnover.
It's a zip ball game. 4:27 to go, first quarter.
Pick up line 2. I need that fire now. Line 4. Find the blueprint.
Where's the architect?
Sell!
Fine, short the market!
The power to put it all behind you. To kiss all the stress, all the stomach-churning headaches of business goodbye. That's the power of United. That's the power of the friendly skies.
Recently, these people walked out of Little Caesars with extra pepperoni and cheese without paying for it. Extra pepperoni. Extra cheese. Without paying for it. It's lots of get extra pepperoni and extra cheese on 2 pieces without paying extra.
Lots of.
At $8.98, it's a steal.
From coast to coast, Dodge Caravan has happily served more families than any other minivan. But we've made it even better because we've come up with an all-wheel drive Dodge Caravan. So now you not only get a vehicle loaded with safety features, including the first minivan airbag, you've got one that automatically handles just about anything the weatherman can throw at it. No shifting, no levers, no sweat. Now with a warranty choice no other manufacturer offers.
Ray Handley just walking away from a conversation with Lewis Tillman, who just fumbled. That is the 6th fumble lost by the Giants already this season. They set an NFL record for fewest turnovers last year. Emmitt Smith. Boy, he was close. The NFL record is 99 yards. A guy named Dorsett did it against Minnesota against the 10-man defense, and Smith was 1 tackle away from tying the record.
Well, the thing about Smith is that he can check the outside as well. You know, you can't ask for more than Carl Banks did right there. He stuffed the tight end, but he forgot to take a look at where the running back was. By that time, Smith was crossed over the 10 all the way up to the 14.
Oh, if he gets by Myron Guyton, nothing. 3:45 to go first quarter. Johnson, who had 4 catches last week, out of the fullback spot, and a flag is down.
I think they're going to get a face mask penalty here, tacked on to the end of this reception.
Carl Banks with the tackle.
Number 48, Daryl Johnson, back on the play.
They got Banks.
Face mask, number 58. Defense, 5 yards.
Well, it's only a 5-yarder. Let's check it out. Watch his right hand. And, boy, that's real close. He just rubbed it across the front of the face mask. He never really stopped his hand and pulled on it at all. That's a real questionable call.
If you joined us late, the Cowboys put together a lengthy drive to open the game. It ended with a fumble by Michael Irvin at the 4. The Giants countered, went the length of the field. Lewis Tillman fumbled at the 1. We have no score. Emmitt Smith to the 39-yard line.
He wins the race to the corner every time with the extra point. The Lions on top of Tampa Bay, 7-0 in the first, Vern.
It's amazing to think that team lost 45-0 on opening night, but of course they did not have Barry Sanders against the Redskins.
Bingo, the magic words, Barry Sanders.
2nd down and 1. Emmitt Smith has run superbly thus far. He'll get another chance now. Lorenzo Freeman makes the first contact, and Smith is cut down at the 40. And we'll see if that's enough to move the chain. Smith leads the league, of course, in rushing with 450 yards, had 182 last week. Said yesterday he does have goals, and one of them is to lead the league at the end of the year and perhaps rush for as many as 1,500 to 1,600 yards.
And also, a big part of this Cowboy offense is his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. He says that he'd like to catch 45 passes, has 18 already this year.
That's good for the first down.
Now, Smith, not only is he leading the league in rushing, he's the Cowboys' leading receiver.
And he was acquired with a 17th pick in the first round last year. Ultimately, that was one of those selections that came from Minnesota in the Herschel Walker.
And in 5 or 10 years from now, we'll still be talking about players the Cowboys have because of the Herschel Walker deal. That's how good that deal was.
1st and 10, Dallas. No score. 2:05 to go, first quarter. Aikman into the flat for Novacek. Gets a good block and is out of bounds at the 50.
Well, Jimmy Johnson told us that the key to their offense is not Troy Aikman, it's not Emmitt Smith, it's number 84, Jay Novacek, because he's the move tight end. He's the guy that's going to catch all these little dink passes down the field, catch them at about 5 or 3 yards deep, and then power his way to a first down or close to it.
Novacek with 17 catches now. He is on a pace to equal or surpass the Cowboy record of catches by a tight end held by Doug Cosby. That's 63. 2nd and 1. No score. Final 95 seconds of the quarter. Flags are down. They'll bring the play back.
False start. Offense, number 66, prior to the snap.
That's the second time they've got Kevin Gogan.
Well,
giant offensive line looks on.
When you're 6'7" and 310, 15 pounds, whatever, you get down in that stance. If you just move a little bit, everybody's going to see it. He's got a lot of that momentum going there, especially in the front of his shirt.
Earth tilts. Second down and 6. 1:10 to go, first quarter, no score. Aikman back, fires the ball for Alvin Harper. What a catch by the #1 draft choice after the bolt by Everson Walls. That's a gain of 23 and the second catch of the season for Harper.
Well, Aikman gets back in a hurry, 5-step drop, and he lets it rip. There it is, and it's on target again, but a super job by Harper, knowing that trouble's coming, and trouble is number 28. Watch at the end of it, he'll duck his head and protect the ball, make the grab, and that's a big first down for the Cowboys, a big hit from Everson Walls.
That's a gain of 23 yards, and the drive is continuing. Aikman is now 6 of 8. Looks deep again, finally throws it away. Intended receiver as such was Emmitt Smith, but that was thrown toward the photographers on the sideline. And Aikman is now 6 of 9. So lengthy drives put together by both clubs now. Jimmy Johnson's team on its second long drive. They have gone from their own 1 to the Giant 33.
Both offenses have been impressive so far, and both offenses came in struggling a little bit. A couple of turnovers have really evened this one out.
Second and 10. 18 seconds to go, scoreless first quarter. Johnson, the fullback, wide right. Oh, boy. They handed up the middle, and Bobby Abrams wanted the... Make it. Waits. Saxon has not had a touchback this year. Now he has.
That ball looked like it went right through Kenneth Gant's hands, but he's looking at that goal line. That's a tough job there.
Taylor Sack forces the punt. Saxton's touchback gives the Giants the ball at the 20. Texas Stadium, talking with Al Grove, defensive coordinator. Interesting, before the game, he said he really doesn't like to face this offensive scheme, and you know so much about it.
Well, it stretches the defense long, but they also have the ability to dink it off a little bit, and that's given them problems so far in the first quarter.
Jared Bunch is in the lineup for the Giants. Hostetler being chased, lobs it out to Hampton. He's got blockers in front and is cut down as he gets to the 26-yard line.
You see that type of play by Hostetler, and now you know why Handley picked him as his starting quarterback. Jones was in on him right now. Looked like it was going to be a sack, but this man has the ability to avoid that type of pressure, and he got it off, and that's a big play on first down. Picked up about 6-7 yards.
We have no score in the game. Hostetler now 5 of 5 for 74 yards. He surpassed his passing yardage total on the first drive today compared to that of last week in the win over Cleveland. Here's Hampton. Ray Horton grabs a piece of him. Larry Brown helps out. We are scoreless here. How about Chicago and Buffalo? Let's get more now as we go back to New York from Greg Gumbel.
All right, Vern, watch this one. Jim Kelly back to throw down the middle, picked off by Mark Carrier, who returns 43 yards for a touchdown that was called back because the Bears were offside. They're still scoreless in Buffalo, Vern.
And Mark Carrier's dog is going to be sick about that. His dog is one of the Bear mascots. First down and 10. Cowboys threaten the blitz. They're coming. Hostetler comes right side. Caught by Stephen Baker, who goes by Isaac Holt. Holt gambled again and was victimized by Baker. Hostetler a little slow getting up.
Well, Hostetler really hung tough in the pocket there. The blitz was on, but that lets him know that he's got single coverage on the outside. What he doesn't know is how bad this is going to hurt. Oh, they got him high and low. The ball is on target here. And Vern, again, it's a defensive back, Isaac Holt, playing with very shaky confidence. And this is a mistake by Baker, trying to make too much out of one play, cutting back to the middle. Almost didn't get the first down, but he did.
Look at the yards per passing attempt for Hostetler this week compared to last. First and 10, Carthen for a couple to the 48-yard line.
And in talking to defensive coordinator Dave Wanstead before the game, he said, we're going to make Hostetler throw the ball down the field. He knows that Hostetler's had some problems this year, that the Giants are not real confident in their downfield passing attack. But right now, Hostetler, 6 for 6 and all kinds of yards. Maybe Wanstead will want to rethink his thinking.
It'll be second down now at the 48-yard line. Sweep left, Rodney Hampton down to the 45. Ken Norton makes the tackle. Ray Handley shoves Mike Pope away, says, I know what I want to do.
Well, Pope is giving the personnel what type of personnel is going to be in the game. The 2 fingers means that the Giants are going to go with their normal 2-back alignment. Carthon comes in at fullback and Bunch comes out.
And then Charlie Weiss next to Ray Handley in the red shirt will signal the plays in. Here's Carthon. 3rd and 1. No score in the game. 10:50 remaining. Hampton got it with the lean, I believe, and a flag comes down. Thrown on the near side of the field. Jack Del Rio indicates that it might be a holding call. James Washington makes the tackle, and here's Pat Haggerty. Holding, wipes out the first down.
Well, and that's a big mistake. Giants had another good drive going. Their first one, of course, ended with Tillman's fumble on the 1-yard line. And here on a 3rd and 1 with an outstanding effort by Hampton to pick up the first down, they're going to go backwards with a 10-yard penalty.
Got some equipment repair going on.
Well, this is Alvin Harper. And remember, we saw him make that grab. What they've done on the sidelines, they've given him the old life preserver to put around his neck. He must have got a burner of some type in his neck because he took a heck of a shot from Walls. We may not see him again for the rest of the day because he's not seeing real clear right now.
Made that big catch for 23 yards at the end of the first quarter. 3rd and 11. 4-man rush by the Cowboys. Hostetler, Megan. Boy, he has done it again. Interesting talking to him yesterday, Dan, because he's such a loquacious young man. Said it was difficult negotiating a contract because he plays so many roles.
Well, it's a lot like Jim Jensen in Miami, where he's basically a special teams guy and then a 3rd down guy. But this is what you want, is a guy that obviously is a great punt returner, made it to the Pro Bowl that way, but give him the ball in the open field and just let him go.
That was a big 3rd down conversion on 3rd and 11. 9:43 to go, first half. No score thus far. Hostetler batted down by Danny Noonan, number 73. That is the first incomplete pass for Hostetler.
Well, watch Noonan here. He's right on the nose. He does not get off the line of scrimmage very well. What he does is he keeps his eyes on Hostetler's eyes. Hostetler will really zero in on Hampton here coming out of the backfield. And Noonan can see that. He just moves right over and bats that one away. Heads up play.
Danny Noonan, who lost his starting spot to Jimmy Jones just last week. This young Cowboy club, very strong in defensive tackle, not that strong in defensive end. 2nd down and 10, and Hostetler back. James Washington defending, but Baker makes the grab at the 34-yard line.
And Cross says, take that. Perfect throw by Hostetler, and Cross, who's not noted as a great receiver, looked a lot like Bavaro there. Guy hanging on his back, still having the ability to make the grab.
It was Cross and not Baker, and there's no similarity in size at all. Otis Anderson has made his first appearance in the ballgame now on 3rd and 2.
Well, and that deflected pass by Noonan is Hostetler's only incompletion of the afternoon.
Hostetler 107 yards passing, Aikman 108. No score in the game, 3rd and 1. Otis Anderson. First down.
Ray Handley's got to be extremely happy with the way his game plan is evolving here against the Cowboys. Otis says, no, you can't take me out. I just made a first down for you. Oh, good. He's going to leave him back in the ballgame. But Handley wants to use all his backs. He's got outstanding talent in his backfield. Very familiar with him because he was the running back coach. Drafted Hampton and Tillman and Meggett against the wishes of Bill Parcells.
Change at left guard now. Bob Cratch is in. William Roberts is out for the Giants. Here comes Noonan over Cratch. Otis Anderson tripped up. Fine play by Vincent Smith, number 57. Roberts out, Cratch in, and that's where the pressure came.
Well, what they have to do is that Roberts has to come out of the game because he played tight end on the previous play. He has to come out for at least one play before he can go back to an interior line position. You see him back in there, number 66 that time. But he's got athletic ability. You know, we might even see him toss Roberts a pass on the short yardage situations.
Roberts hopes so. 2nd and 9. Hampton, great blocks on the left side. He's down to the 23-yard line. Vincent Smith with the tackle.
We talk so much about Emmitt Smith's ability to cut back. Well, watch Rodney Hampton on this one. Watch the line come off and just cave in the side of the Cowboy line, and then Hampton will cut to the left. Good job. Moat even comes down, seals off Vinnie Smith. You got the wide receivers involved in the running game. That's very, very good.
3rd and short. Bunch, flag. Bunch, flag.
We got a bunches of flags, too.
And it all means a huddle. Nope.
Ball start, number 76, offense.
Jumbo Elliott was pointing across the line. Didn't do any good.
But again, it's a penalty on a 3rd down and short situation, the second one in this drive. First one didn't hurt him any. We'll see about this time.
Boy, if you love defense, this is not the place to be today. Both clubs with long drives. Ray Handley's club trying to convert on 3rd and 6 now. 6:38 to go. Scoreless first quarter. Jim Jeffcoat is on the bench for the Cowboys. Stubbs and Talbert are the ends. A toss. They use this on the Monday night game against San Francisco, and they come up short. It's the little lateral to Meggett.
Well, we're going to see an all-time block by a running back on a defensive end here. Watch from the outside here. We'll see Rodney Hampton come in and crush Daniel Stubbs, number 96. Stubbs never sees him coming. But I tell you one thing, when he got up, he checked for that number of that truck. A little fumble in there, but Meggett digs it back.
Matt Barr will try a 43-yard field goal. Hostetler in the hole. The tie has been broken. Barr is now 9 of 12 for the year, and the Giants take a 3-point lead. On their second possession, the New York Giants drive from their own 20-yard line and wind up with a 43-yard field goal from that man. They lead it 3-0. 5:43 to go before halftime. Dixon and Derek Shepard are the deep men for the Cowboys. Opening kickoff was a touchback for Matt Barr. This one will be returned. And Dixon grabs it at the 7-yard line. Out to the 23. Tackle made by Jared Bunch, number 33. Vincent Smith gets a little attention paid to his ankles. Time has been called. 5.5 to go first half. Giants up by 3.
This game summary is sponsored by Bud Light.
Total yardage about even thus far. Both teams have lost the football inside the 5-yard line. Matt Barr's 43-yard field goal, the only scoring. Hostetler, average yards per attempt of just above 10 as he attempts to silence the critics back home.
And in those 9 completions, he's gone to 5 different receivers, and to both his outside receivers, Ingram and Baker, both have 2 catches.
Which doubles the number of catches they had last week, which helped ignite a lot of the conversation. 3-0. Giants lead it. 5:34 to go. Michael Irvin comes wide left for the Cowboys into the sunlight. Backs are in the eye. Play action on first down. Here comes Taylor. That pass almost picked off. Flag is down.
They're going to get Diassi for pass interference. He had no idea where the ball was. He saw the receiver, and he knows one thing. Hit the opposite colored jersey. Take a look at it. Number 99 is Steve Diassi playing in the middle here. Watch after the fake as he'll drop back and really hustle down the field, turns his back to the play, and now he's going to mug the wide receiver, Michael Irvin. What I don't understand, though, it seems like every time we get a penalty in the National Football League now, these guys have got to get together and discuss the whole thing. If that's not pass interference, I don't know what is. What's the big discussion all about?
I have no idea. All right.
Yeah, we're over here, Pat.
Defensive pass interference, number 99.
It's almost like they're drawing straws there, or flipping a coin, or
could they have wondered who it was?
I mean, Diassi probably said, "Hey, listen, I'm guilty. Give me the chair."
Steve, of course, is a former Cowboy, fired here after a conversation, an altercation, verbal altercation with Dave Wanstead early in the Johnson regime. Everson Walls also sent to the Giants. Walls was fired because he dared to talk to Roy Green and the Phoenix Cardinals after a game. For shame. Reverse. Alexander Wright. Well, LT just stayed home. And when you've got 4.09 speed, it might mean something, but you got to do something with it.
Well, and here Lawrence Taylor, I mean, he's the best linebacker that's ever played football. Are you going to fool him? You can fool him for a little bit, but hey, he's seen it all. Been to 10 Pro Bowls. I don't care how fast you are. I feel sorry for the young man, Alexander Wright. Gets the reverse, and he gets the ball. He turns around, and he sees that looking at him.
Lawrence has got to be saying, "You're kidding me."
That's a gimme. That's a tap-in for Lawrence Taylor.
Got the handicap in golf down to 4 now. Second down and 14. Here comes Taylor again. Knocks Vinegrad backwards, but the catch is made by Alfredo Roberts. A backup tight end, and Aikman put that on a string.
Let's check out LT. He's going to launch Vinegrad as he comes in. Number 76 is going to end up on his wallet. But Aikman gets the ball off because he stepped up into the pocket, and Alfredo Roberts picks up his first catch of the year.
Aikman is now 7 of 10 for 129 yards. First and 10 Dallas. Vinegrad is playing left tackle in the place of Tuanay, who has a groin injury. Here's the toss to Emmitt Smith on the sweep. Vinegrad in front. First down at the 21. Gogan was also out there.
Well, he got 182 yards against the Cardinals last week, mostly up inside. He had a lot more success getting wide this afternoon. Runs around LT, and LT gets up, complains of holding, which is his normal deal now whenever the ball goes by him. Sometimes he's got a good case. That time, I don't think so.
First down at the 22. That is Ken Willis, the Cowboys place kicker. Kelvin Martin checks in now in wide receiver for Dallas. Straight drop back. Blitz is on. Darrell Johnson makes the catch. Circles by Mark Collins. And that may have given him an extra 2 yards to the 15-yard line.
Watch this lick on Troy Aikman as this blitz is coming. The Giants know one way of stopping a team that's on the run is to come after them. That time Reasons lays into him, but Aikman has the strongest chin in football. He's received 40 stitches in it over his short career. Wears now one of those crash helmet types of chin straps. He says, no more cut chins for me.
Aikman has spread it around. 7 different receivers in the first half. 2nd and 4, Emmitt Smith to the 11. That might be enough to move the chain. Looks like it is. As we near the 2-minute warning.
And the Cowboys have answered with another impressive offensive drive after the Giants went down and got 3.
2-minute warning is upon us. The Cowboys waiting to see whether or not they got the first down. They'll measure. Johnson has never defeated the New York Giants as head coach of the Cowboys. His team trails now by 3, but they did pick up the first down. They've got a first down and 10 at the 11-yard line. Just an update. Mark Tuanay is in the locker room being checked for a groin injury. His backup is Eric Williams, a rookie tackle, but Williams is on the inactive list. So Weingrad, who came over in Plan B from Green Bay and plays a number of positions, has moved in the left tackle.
Well, and sometimes you're really rolling the dice with who you decide to put on that inactive list. Hopefully for the Cowboys, it won't hurt them this afternoon.
Weingrad came to work thinking he'd play on the right side, gets here and finds out he's got Taylor all afternoon. Aikman, right side, Emmitt Smith, out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Carl Banks made the tackle. And the clock continues to run. 1:43. He did not get out of bounds. Cowboys have their full complement of first downs, timeouts rather.
They got a lot of first downs today too, Vern.
Yeah.
And they have a chance to make a first down here without scoring. They need about 2 yards for the first down and 4 yards for the touchdown.
Interesting. Jimmy Johnson criticized in the Monday night loss to the Redskins for clock management. This time doing a good job. He doesn't want to leave too much on the clock. Emmitt Smith. Touchdown, Dallas. May have left too much on the clock.
I don't think he'll mind.
I don't either.
6 points. You bet. Been a long time since the Cowboys have beaten the Giants, having a good first half so far. But the key to this is people moving backwards in blue jerseys. And then at 5'9" and 205 pounds, Emmitt Smith can get real low and real powerful. Bulls his way in for the 6th.
4th touchdown on the ground this year for Emmitt Smith. Ken Willis out of Jay Novacek's hold. And it's 7-3. Well, not what we expected. Both teams showing a real ability to move the football.
The power of intelligent engineering is routinely put to the test at Oldsmobile. And here's the result. Of all the Cutlass Sierras ever sold in the last 10 years, we can say 96% are still on the road. Safely say, Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
Radio Shack, America's technology store.
Sale prices have never been better at Radio Shack. Here's proof. This realistic high-power in-AM/FM radio cassette with 30 presets just reduced to $99.95. Or this high-quality voice-actuated realistic micro-cassette recorder for school or office, only $33.88. Radio Shack has over 80 cassette player recorder models to choose from. Shop your friendly nearby Radio Shack. Great selection, superior service. Nobody compares.
Where do you want to be in 20 years?
Well, my father worked for the same company for 39 years. He got 2 weeks vacation, but we never traveled far. He was saving to put 3 kids through college. At 65, he retired. At 67, he died. How can I invest so that after my kids graduate, I can enjoy the second half of my life?
You can get there from here with Shearson Lehman Brothers. For the right woman.
Choose sides.
Well, Ray Handley has elected in the final 68 seconds to go with 4 wide receivers and Dave Meggett. Jimmy Johnson has countered with 4 down linemen and 7 defensive backs. And Hostetler will go from the shotgun. He is 9 of 10 for 108 yards. Bart Oates to center. Lob it right to Meggett. Meggett out of a tackle, out of another, and brought down from behind by Daniel Stubbs. But that's a first down to the 35.
And Stubbs didn't want to let go there. Knocked Meggett's mouthpiece out of his mouth, and Meggett had to go back for it.
Meggett with 3 catches now. Stunts by the defensive line. The catch made by Odessa Turner, and he is out of bounds at the 43-yard line, allowing the Giants to save one of their timeouts. That stops the clock. Hostetler 11 of 12 in the first half now for 131 yards.
And his average per attempt is well over 10 yards per throw, so he is quieting a lot of critics with his right arm.
2nd and 1. 36 seconds to go. Hostetler dropped Stephen Baker. And he may have sensed the presence of James Washington, number 37.
Well, the ball was thrown to the inside just a little bit too far for Baker's comfort zone. You saw that he kind of short-armed that one. Hostetler, he feels he threw a good pass, but I tell you one thing, those receivers, they know exactly the limits of that zone defense, and when a safety like Washington's got a beat on him.
3rd and 1. 32 seconds. 3-man front now for the Cowboys. Caught. First down at the 49-yard line. Isaac Holt and Manny Hendricks having a conversation with Meggett and Baker. And Bill Roberts, William Roberts, who could settle it all, is in the middle of it.
He could hold them apart like rag dolls, couldn't he? Yeah, he could hold Meggett in his left hand, Holt or any of those other Cowboys in his right hand. Of course, this guy's got the final word because he's got the whistle and the flag.
Giants have used one of their timeouts. 24 seconds to go before halftime. Giants with a first down and 10, 24 seconds to go.
And what he's thinking right now is 20 more yards, and we'll put Barr in position for about a 47, 45-yarder. Not a lot, probably not enough time to drive down the field against this loose zone of the Cowboys to get a touchdown.
Well, they're rushing 3, and they've got 8 defensive backs in. Hostetler with problems with the snap. Pumps, goes right side, incomplete. Intended for Ed McCaffrey, and Hostetler limping a little bit as he peers over at the sidelines. It'll be second down and 10. Well, if you call 5 defensive backs a nickel, 6 defensive backs are a dime, 7, I guess, a quarter. What do you do with this one?
I call it a peso, maybe.
If it doesn't work, you call it not worth much.
It's working pretty good now. This is gold piece.
Second and 10. Hostetler. Here he goes. Good job by Larry Brown to knock him out of bounds with 10 seconds to go.
Well, let's check out that secondary, Vern, and show you just exactly what Hostetler is looking at. You know, you got 8 guys back there, and you have about 3 of them at the 30-yard line here. They'll drop back here, and then you got other guys right in here, and there's just no place for Hostetler to find any of his receivers. Very loose, 3-man rush. He's got a lot of time, but now that time runs out, as it eventually will. And a good job by Wanstead and his Cowboys.
Giants have 2 timeouts left. They've opted to use one now. So they call timeout with a 3rd down coming up in the ball at the 49-yard line.
And now he needs 19 yards to get Barr in position for a 47-yarder, which is probably where Barr feels is his limit.
Greg and Terry with scores and highlights coming up at halftime. You see Phil Simms alongside Jeff Hostetler. Dan and I had a chance today. It was kind of interesting to chat with Phil Simms yesterday. And as he was leaving our conversation with a big grin on his face, he said, "I'll tell you the whole story someday when I write the book." And then we talked to Ray Handley about 25 minutes later. And at the end of that conversation, with a smile, Handley said, "It'll all be in the book, either mine or Phil's, and Phil's probably going to write his before I do."
Yeah, well, you know, Phil is, you know, he's getting on in age. He's probably looking to figure out how he's going to make money once he retires. He may have a bestseller. I just hope that he remembers this wonderful plug we're giving him this afternoon when he gets all those royalty checks.
3rd down. Hostetler on the half roll to the right. Fires it deep. Caught by Ingram, and he gets out of bounds with 3 seconds left. And that's going to mean about a 52-yard field goal for Barr.
And Barr's career best is 53 yards, so in the terms of the astronauts, we are pushing Barr's envelope here. He is at his limit.
Matt Barr, who is 9 of 12 thus far this season. This will be 53 yards. Steve Diassi will center. Hostetler will hold. So this would equal, let's see if it's officially 53 or 52. Regardless, it's on the way, and it's going to be short. They officially called it a 52-yard attempt. Jimmy Johnson's bunch has a 4-point lead. That's the end of the first half. With our score, the Dallas Cowboys 7 and the New York Giants 3.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering. The Upjohn Company, if you're concerned about hair loss, see your doctor. And by BF Goodrich TA Tires, the most exciting change you can make to your car.
Called the mean streets. These are the streets of Newark, New Jersey. Here in the shadow.
See the all-new Pontiac Bonneville.